Gonna wait until it's ready to go. Like, absolutely not. I don't want to lower my broadcast quality at all. So anyway, we are finishing off Master Chief Collection, at least the ones with Master Chief in it, with Halo 4. Obviously, I've beaten Halo 4, and as you can see, if we go to missions, just a little preview, but you can see I've done all of them on Legendary Solo, so that one is off my list as far as that's concerned. Again, hopefully those titles don't spoil anything for you if you're watching for the story. If it does, I'm sorry. But anyway, so, again, like always, we're just going to go on easy today. But as far as Legendary run's concerned, probably one of the simplest games to do it. Oh, wow. That was interesting. I'll wait for that to ready up again. It looks like it's good, so we're going to start this again. I don't know what happened last time, but it just signed me out. It was weird.
Tell me about the children. Dr. Halsey.
You already know everything.
You kidnapped them.
Children's minds are more easily accepting of indoctrination. Their bodies more adaptable to augmentation. The result was the ultimate soldier. And because of our success, when the Covenant invaded, we were ready.
Dr. Halsey, you're bending history for your own favor, and you know it. You developed the Spartans to crush human rebellion, not to fight the Covenant.
When one human world after another fell, when my Spartans were all that stood between humanity and extinction, nobody was concerned about why they were originally built.
So you feel in the end your choices were justified?
My work saved the human race.
Do you think the Spartans' lack of basic humanity helped?
What are you after? The others before you were naval intelligence, but you're something else.
Records show Spartans routinely exhibited mildly sociopathic tendencies, difficulty with socialization and
The
verbalization.
records show efficient behavior operating in hazardous situations. I supplied the tools to maintain that efficiency.
Do you believe the Master Chief succeeded because he was, at his core, broken?
What does John have to do with this? You want to replace him?
The Master Chief is dead.
His file reads missing in action.
Catherine. Spartans never die.
Your mistake is seeing Spartans as military hardware. My Spartans are humanity's next step. Our destiny as a species. Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
Yeah! Welcome to Dawn. Four years after Halo event. Y'all remember this ship that was cut in half? Well, Master Chief was still there.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
Chief! Easy. You've been out for a while.
Where are we?
We're still adrift on the Dawn.
Why did you wake me?
Hang on. Bringing your systems online now. I rewrote your ship's firmware while you were out.
You've been busy.
Activating the ship's gravity generators. Chief, look up. You need to pull the manual release.
Seems like old times.
Ready to get back to work?
I thought you'd never ask. We've got intrusion alerts lighting up on multiple decks. Our best bet to figure out who's boarding us is the observation deck, 4 floors up.
Could it be a rescue team?
Wouldn't bet on it.
Alright, so Master Chief has been brought back online. Cortana seems to think there's a threat on the ship. We're going to check it out, but first, let's view our records.
This is the service record for Spartan John 117. Would you like to continue?
Sure.
Frigate Pillar of Autumn discovers Forerunner Halo Installation 04 and deploys Spartan 1.
Nah, we're just going to leave it going. Anyway, so you can go basically through the whole history of Halo 1, 2, 3. Through that little terminal there, it'll tell you all the backstory. Let's check our weapon systems.
Weapon systems online.
Ooh, online. Let's check gravity controls.
Online.
Okay. Propulsion?
Ship propulsion offline.
Damn it! Hull integrity. Let's take a look.
Bow hull integrity compromised.
Well, we kind of knew that. Life support?
Life support online.
That's amazing. Again, when you remember, when we were floating around in this ship, zero gravity, everything looked messed up, no power whatsoever.
Intrusion alert.
Ooh, intrusion alert. Alright. So anyway, you'll notice a few differences in this game from all the previous games because this game followed Reach. I think Reach was the last one before this game. And Reach introduced a few new mechanics as well,
How long
along
was it out?
with a series of
4
Spartans.
years, 7 months, 10 days.
Somebody should have found us by now.
Again, 4 years, 7 months, 10 days is what she says we were out for. So it's almost been 5 years, and nobody's found Master Chief yet.
What's that?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
How close are we to the observation deck?
It's directly above us.
And Cortana got a little bored and upgraded our, what she calls
The elevator doors look
firmware.
sealed tight.
Basically what she did was upgrade our armor and everything, so you'll see that.
Chief, be careful.
Oh god, a box!
Might have lost pressure.
Right.
Anyway, some things you might notice right off the bat is this game looks amazing. The only one that even compares is Halo 2's
Chief, watch
cutscenes.
out!
But as far as the gameplay was concerned,
Realize the ship deteriorated so bad.
Halo 4 definitely brought a lot to the table. So I'm really looking forward to Halo 5. Oh look, an elite! Oh no, you're trying to kill us.
I thought we had a truce with the Covenant.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
So yeah, so now the elites are back on Covenant's side, and we don't know why. Well, let's go ahead and introduce some new mechanics while we can, shall we? So, you might remember that assassinations were just a simple attack on the back before, but let's take a look at what they are now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now assassinations are this fierce melee ability. And you'll notice something else. I have a dash ability. I can run! I can run in a Halo game. What an absurd concept. I love it. It's great. Aw. Again, I'm trying to get the grunts, but they aren't agreeing with me right now. Hey! Hey! Knock it off. Well, we'll get one eventually, I'm sure. Oh, there's one. Take a Magnum. Hi, buddy. How you doing, pal?
That's
Well,
the last of them.
Pretty good at tracking me.
Find the override for the blast shield so we can see.
I
what
probably
we're
won't
up
waste
against.
too much time. But, yeah, there's a lot more mechanics in this game than you can tell. And when I touch a panel, I actually touch a panel.
The
Oh!
good news is these Covenant aren't outfitted like standard military. It's possible we just came across a rogue salvage ship. Or we might have stumbled into an entire Covenant fleet.
Maybe they haven't recognized us.
That's one possibility. Landing craft flanking us.
So yeah, now they're gonna bust the glass. That's always fun. Let's stuff their hole, shall we? Nope, get out of here. Metal completionist. I got 20 G for 10,000 medals. Again, if they're just gonna give me these, you know, achievements, I'll take them. And again, I haven't even played multiplayer except for like 1 or 2 times, so the fact that I'm getting any achievements at all in regards to medals is telling you something right there. So if you just play the campaigns, you'll get a lot. And again, I thought killing like 100 grunts or elites would be like difficult, but no, it's not all that tricky. Alright. Keep moving around, I'm just gonna shoot you. Get out on the ground.
We need to get off this ship.
We've got bigger problems. We've got a cruiser on an intercept course. Head for the elevator banks.
Boy.
Didn't the ship's sensors say we still had weapon systems online?
Yes, but since the ship was torn in half, we can't access the weapon stations. We'll have to fire them manually from the outer hull.
Again, Cortana's just reiterating what happened in Halo 3. Well, the ship was torn in half, so anything that fired the weapons is now on that half that no longer exists. And again, we don't know what happened after those 4 years, 5 years now. Well, let's just say I won't spoil anything. Another assassination. Always good. Again, if I see something running away, I'm definitely going for its back. Gonna help my friend out here. He likes to play tag. Unfortunately, I'm very good at tag. Wow, that elite just booked it out of here. Nope. Bye, sucker.
That cruiser's shields are down. Assuming they don't raise them, that missile's gonna be one heck of a surprise.
Suicide grunt came after me. And again, am I being reckless? Yes. Would you ever want to do this on legendary mode? Hell to the frick no. Okay, so something you might have noticed. These are no longer plasma rifles, they are now storm rifles. And they look completely different from their counterpart. But basically what they do is just fire faster with like little machine gun bullets. So, again, I'm not sure why that change was made, because now plasma rifles are no longer a thing. Plasma pistols stay the exact same as they were. So, again, why they changed the plasma rifle, I don't know.
Seem more fanatical than the ones we fought before.
But you're going to see a few more weapons that come across here. A little more varied. And yes, there are multiple different assassination sort of assassination animations. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Needler.
We're just about there.
If I can pick it up. It's the same old Needler. Does the same thing. If you fire enough rounds into something, it'll combine and cause a mini explosion on their body. It can also trigger other explosions as long as there's like grenades lying on the ground, but it's a little bit tricky to pull that off sometimes. Because an enemy's moving and they may not end up where you want them to be. Nope. And again, you may wonder why I'm using a lot of melee techniques, but that's just because it clears out a lot of the little enemies. And I don't have to worry about it too much. For the bigger guys, it's a little bit different. But yeah, so Master Chief is now finally using that knife he's always carrying around. Which seems like, you know, he should have been using that before when he was doing some melee kills, but he just never did. It was always a perplexing thing, but now they brought in that mechanic, and that's mostly thanks to what they did in Halo Reach. Nope, that's a suicide grunt. So the AIs are a little bit smarter in this game. Not too much. Like, they're not, like, super smart or anything, but they bring out a lot of more intricate battle tactics than they normally would. Like, their spawn points stay the same, but depending on how you engage them, they will react differently. And Halo's been pretty good about that, but for the most part, if you attack the same way, they do different things. Again, this is a concussion rifle. Basically what this is just a replacement for the brute shot. It does the same exact thing as a brute shot does, except they just wanted to call it a concussion rifle just to make the difference. It's not really, it's just a brute shot.
The auxiliary launch station should be to your left, out of the airlocks. You'll have to prime the launch for ignition.
Oh, Cortana.
It's nothing. Just get to the launch station.
They can see something a little strange is going on with Cortana.
Sorry, did I miss orbiting a Forerunner planet at some point?
One thing at a time.
Chief, you need to find the missile controls.
So, for the most part, I'm not going to engage enemies out here. We are out in open space right now. So, jumping... We still have gravity and normal bullet control out here, which is a little strange for me. However, I'm just going to blame it on the suit and go from there. Now, another difference is that in this game, headshots are absolutely devastating. I really wish I hadn't fell there. But so headshots do a lot more damage than they used to. It's not just a damage boost, but if you shoot somebody in the right spot, it can be a one-hit kill, just depending on the weapon. So that's nice. That's a nice feature.
Launch initiated.
So that brings out my favorite weapon of the entire Halo franchise, is the Halo 4 carbine. I love this thing.
The blast door's jammed. The missile won't fire until it's cleared.
Between this and the... Yes, thank you, Cortana. Between this and the DMR, which we'll be introduced to later, probably one of my favorite weapons.
You did it! Get back!
So we launched a missile and just destroyed an entire frigate.
Chief?
The Covenant weren't the ones scanning us.
So, now can we worry about the giant metal planet?
That's the Forerunner planet opening up
It's
and
using a gravity
sucking
well
in
to
the
pull us
entire fleet.
inside the surface. We've got to hurry. The second we cross the dome's event horizon, its atmosphere is going to tear us apart.
The event horizon, if you want to know, is basically that big...
I'm tagging the closest airlock. Go!
God damn it, Cortana. Is that big spherical glow around the actual planet. That's why it's called an event horizon, because that's where the event is taking place. Much like a blast radius. Seal the lock. There we go. Can we go now? Can we get going now, Cortana? Any day now. Open the lock. Open this door. I know you're pressurizing, but come on. So much like in Halo 1, fire and explosions.
All
Obviously,
but one of the grav generators just went dark.
Just keep me pointed at that vehicle bay.
so this is just basically a run section. So all the Covenant are trying to flee. They're getting hit with explosions. You can see they have some different animations, so we're just going to take this time and do some assassinations. Because they're free! Don't see anybody else. Alright.
Chief! Hold on!
Oh no, my shields!
We're caught in the gravity well.
Can you track the escape pods?
Negative. Look out!
So that's a dead grunt. Alright, brought into Halo 4. Perfect. Requiem, eh? So yeah, the forward unto dawn has been destroyed. Just shrapnel falling onto this planet.
we?
Checking coordinate impact data.
We have asked you to give up your family, your childhood, your future.
Cortana,
I'm sorry. It's the crash. I'm fine.
something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief, really, I'm fine.
Cortana,
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
Halsey,
Chief,
we need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
We need to move. Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Alright, so, as you can see, Cortana's going rampant. Again, like she said, she's only supposed to be in service for about 7 years before she's either replaced or recommissioned or whatever you want to call. And Dr. Halsey is the one who created Cortana. And Cortana is a very unique AI chip. And we'll go over these facts here in the coming stages. But we kind of knew this before in the lore, so this is all introduced in Reach, which is not on this disc, unfortunately. It really should be, though. I really wish it was. Because technically, Master Chief is in that one. Just not on screen.
What is that? Chief, see if that terminal is still active.
Alright, so we can leave this area. There's a few hidden weapons back in this area, but just to save us some time from going through there, we're not going to go for it. I know there's also like a little mini sort of terminal for Dr. Halsey's voice, but...
I'm picking up a faint transmission on the high band.
Covenant?
I don't think so. The pattern's different. I'll try to triangulate its position.
Hello. So that's where we need to be. Let's see how we can get there, shall we? Ooh, free warthogs.
I'm still in one piece. Nice to see your luck is holding out.
Battle rifle, Magnum. Not sure where it is, but it's somewhere around there. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We don't have anybody playing multiplayer with us. Otherwise, somebody would be in a gunner, somebody would be in the passenger. We're just gonna drive along.
Chief? About my condition? I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up, it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampancy.
How?
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions. But that means getting back to Halsey soon.
Again, just driving through the wreckage. Again, we're getting our Halo driving out of the way early. So, get used to this not happening very often.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Do you think there's something to it?
I'm curious more than anything. Its behavior is odd.
So this is our first big battle zone.
Hostiles!
What they'd like you to do is sort of snipe everybody you can get, but even in legendary mode, I find it simpler just to drive through this area and completely ignore everybody, because you will waste so much time, and if you die, the checkpoints are so bad in this one area, you will wish you hadn't even done it in the first place. And again, don't get me wrong, I like Halo 4. It's just that one area is very, very bad. Like, ridiculously bad, because I've spent so much time...
If we're going to hijack a ship from these Covenant, we're going to have to find where they're landing first.
I don't suppose you have a plan for that.
We could always ask nicely.
Asking's not my strong suit.
So again, well-placed headshots do a significant amount of damage. But it does require you to be somewhat accurate, unlike the other games. So, yeah. If you want to learn how to be accurate in a video game, pick up Halo. It'll teach you real quick. Now, a thing I do like is you see how I'm scoped in? Normally, if I got shot, it would force me to scope out. It doesn't do that anymore. That's such a good thing. Never change that. Never, ever change that ever again. I love you, 343, but still, woo. Anyway, as you can see, there's a whole weapons cache over here. You'll find these all over the place, especially in this game, just of random weapons that happen to be lying around. So yeah, we're just gonna run through. We don't even really care about the grunts or anything, because they aren't gonna do much. We'll leave them a present. Another grunt. And if you can't see him, there's an enemy right there with an energy sword. Good thing we nailed him in the head there. So that made that job a little bit easier. I'll take it. Alright, so pushing on ahead. Is this door supposed to open? I missed
That
something.
elite dropped his camo module. Let's have a
right.
look. I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
So in this game, instead of abilities, we have modules which we keep when we use. So that's nice.
There's that phantom signal again.
I heard
But-
something that time.
But so you may wonder, alright, so
Sentinels.
those
I
were in
wondered
fact
when
Sentinels.
they'd show up. There,
And a lot of
Chief.
dead
a
grunts.
console in the back.
What was I saying? So the modules you keep. So when you use them, you see that little energy bar over there on the left-hand side? Once that goes to 0, then it just takes time to recharge. Or you can just negate the effect and it'll start recharging from where you left it off. But different abilities have different things going on.
It's a localized site cartographer. Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
Let's see if it can tell us what the Covenant are so interested in. Huh.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up. I'm detecting power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you. Hopefully we can find some way to get this cartographer back online.
Yeah, and I like
What's
these
it
effects
doing?
in this game.
It's all right. This energy is actually a ferroelectric data field. Your shields are just cycling in response to the chamber's charge.
Will this bring the cartographer back online?
Partially. This type of processing system usually works in parallel. We'll have to locate its twin.
Again, it's just telling me that, yeah, there's 2, so now we have to activate 2. Again, on Legendary mode, if you're doing this solo, doing both terminals at the same time, you want to start with the right one.
Is that
Because getting to the left one's a lot easier.
Yes! Mayday, Mayday, Mayday! UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please
Gotcha.
respond.
Again,
No
sticking
response.
enemies with grenades is
From
a
the strength
lot
of that
tougher in
signal,
this
the
mode,
Infinity
especially
has
on
to be
Legendary.
close by.
But as long as you get them stuck in a
The
single
cartographer should
animation,
be back online. You may be able to use
when
it
you
to track
throw a
the ship's
grenade at them,
location.
they'll get hit by it. But you have to remember where they're going to land in respect to their body if you get them to jump in a certain direction.
We can't
So
give
like
the
right here,
Covenant
he was
access to
too
the
close to even
cartographer.
avoid that
Clear
one.
them out.
So he just went for a suicide run, which normally would have killed me in Legendary, where he just runs at me while he has the grenade stuck to him. But we're not having that today. And again, before I can even activate the terminal, I have to make sure all of the enemies are dead. Which is unfortunate, because this takes a considerable amount of time that I don't want to do.
What does it say?
Guardianship for all living things lies with those whose evolution is most complete. The mantle of responsibility shelters all. Very interesting.
Maybe. But it won't get us home.
Again, just a little tile of history in there, just for a little secret Easter egg sort of bonus thing going on. Nope. Goodbye, Jackal. Again, if you destroy a Jackal's shield in this one, if they have a shield, they'll start to flee. It's a free assassination, basically. Now, normally, if you're in Legendary mode, or even normal mode, would you want to do that? Hell to the fuck no. You just take them out before the shield even goes down. That was a weird assassination fail. I don't know what happened to that animation, but it just stopped. It just froze solid. Alright, Elite, enough. Goodbye. Again, he dove away from the grenade. I got him in the
Now
back.
quick, to the
Saved me time.
cartographer. The cartographer keeps acting like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet at once. It doesn't want to triangulate Infinity's signal. Oh, wait. I got it.
That can't be right. Scan again.
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside than we did.
You mean the planet's hollow?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to reach these coordinates that doesn't involve us digging a really big hole. There's a terminus on the far side of the complex. We can portal to the planet's core from there.
What?
I don't know.
If we have a shot at getting you back to Infinity, we're taking it.
Okay.
So again,
Let's
that
get to that
cartographer.
terminus and find Infinity.
Thank you, Cortana. That cartographer
What
was
do you know
acting up
about
a little bit.
Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left.
Alright, so let's just point out a different module real quick. So this one's the hard light shield, so if I activate it, I get an energy shield. The problem with this one is, and I always have a problem with this one, is that while you're using it, your regular shields don't regenerate. So it's not exactly the best thing to have. Like, if you have shields on and you put up the hard light shield, you're impenetrable from the hard light shield, but
fortifying the bridge below.
you don't
Stay
regenerate your own internal shields. And since you have no health, it's not exactly useful to have two shields. Especially if the second shield doesn't regenerate because you have the first one up. So, I don't know if they'll change that in Halo 5 or what, but as far as the mechanic in this game, not too terribly fun. So, in Legendary mode, I would suggest ignoring that weapon completely. I feel like I'm missing some weaponry here. I think there's battle rifles here somewhere. Hold on, hold everything. Ah, here they are. Assault rifles. I'll take them. There. Fully loaded. Another thing that's a little bit different is the bullet cap goes down. So your weapons don't hold nearly as much ammunition as they used to, but I'm okay with that. So I go invisible. So he kind of loses track of me if I stay invisible. But once I start moving, I become more visible. And you can tell just based on what's going on there in the animation. Oh, I fell. That was a mistake. Again, I do that where I'm looking straight up at an enemy and I just like, oh, wait a minute. Nope, don't want to do that. Alright, good. The checkpoint was solid, so I'll take it. And again, depending on how you approach this situation, the AI changes. So, because I stayed up there, the enemy decided to stay back and try to shoot me long distance. But yeah, so we fixed that problem. Another thing I'd recommend is as soon as you can get to a Banshee in this in Legendary mode, just take it and fly over the rest of this. Because you do not need to fight through all this just to get over a bridge. And then make sure you're in reverse because they will shoot you out of the sky. And try to clear out the enemies in front of this gate. So fire a missile before you land, but then try to back up into it and jump out. Because otherwise you will die instantly. They will destroy you. While we're here, let's introduce ourselves to a new weapon, shall we? So, what do we have over here? The SAW. So, you may wonder what this is, but it's basically just a heavy machine gun. It's got a faster fire rate than the assault rifle, more ammunition, just better all around. But you waste through so much ammunition so quickly. And the reload animation takes forever. So, like right now, reloading. Alright, finally done. Just takes a long, long time. Yeah, that... What I'd like to do is hijack a ghost and see if I can take it to the end, but we'll see how that works here. Come here, you. Goodbye. Drop kicked him out of the ghost. Just like, goodbye, you grunt fuck. So, if I can do this right, I can manipulate it so this ghost gets past this post. Doesn't look like it wants to try, but we could. And what I have to do really is just flip it, but it's hard to do in this small area. So like if I flip my back over there, I could get out. But again, that's just another thing you might do for Legendary. Just take the time to try and do that, because this will save you a lot of trouble. But if it doesn't work out for you, don't worry about it too much. You can still get through this section. But as you can see, there's a sword wielder right there. And he will mess you up in a one hit. Again, because I'm on easy mode, it doesn't kill me in one hit. But normally, on normal mode or any other mode, that would destroy you. And again, you can choose your path. My buddies like the right path. I actually prefer the left path. There's not really any difference. The enemies are basically the same. But yeah, I just think shooting from this side is a lot simpler for me. I don't know why that is. I just prefer it. Alright, not that this is a new weapon by any means, but there is a beam rifle. I haven't picked it up. I didn't pick it up in Halo 3 because it's not really useful in Halo 3 at any point, but here it is. And the way it works is, as long as you don't shoot it quickly in succession, you won't overheat or anything. But you do have an energy level up there at the top, so it runs out of energy, like, very quickly. And now we have some hunters. But yeah, so you see the gun overheated. So the hunters are still around. They haven't gone anywhere. They're still just as deadly, but as long as you're up close, you're pretty okay. You're not going to get too much devastation if you stay close. When you start backing up, they'll hit you with the fuel rod cannons they have attached to their arms, or their worm-like appendages, whatever you want to call them, because they basically are just a bundle of worms rolled up into one thing. Come on, open. Open, 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 open. There we go. So yeah, just in case you wanted to know, there's a terminal right there. I'm not too worried about it. I can actually come back to this point and grab it later, but, you know, there's the terminal. I haven't downloaded it yet. I probably should have, but I just haven't yet. But if I do, it'll cut the stream, so I don't want to do that right now. But it is there. It's right at the end of this level here. Come on, elevator. So as you can see, when I have the cloaking on, it also has a... I don't know what you call it, but like a radar detection effect where it seems like I'm everywhere and nowhere at once, just to confuse enemies if they have radar. It's usually only used for multiplayer. I don't know how it works on enemy AI in this game. Other than the invisibility, of course. Because once they lose visual, then you're okay.
According to the cathedral, this terminus is just one node of a larger transit grid that spans the entire planet.
What?
When I tried to access the outlet closest to Infinity's transmissions, the system responded with this.
What is it?
That's the kicker. It's the Forerunner symbol for Reclaimer.
Humanity. That's got to be Infinity. Can you get us to those coordinates?
Let me try to open a portal.
Cortana,
I'm picking up unknown energy signatures.
where?
This can't be right.
Set a waypoint out of the tower. Cortana?
How did... Quick! Into the portal! Chief, go!
Alright, some new creatures have made themselves known. But what could they be? Let's see if we can find out.
What were those things?
Some sort of advanced defense AIs. Related to the Sentinels, I'm guessing, but it's hard to say without a closer look. Come on, let's figure out where that transit system dumped us.
So as you can see, these are the modules that I'm attaching to my armor. They all have different effects. So I dropped the hard light shield because I don't like it.
Where's Infinity?
This is Requiem's core, all right. But Infinity is definitely not here. That satellite in the center is amplifying the ship's broadcasts like a relay.
Maybe we can use it to respond.
Perhaps. Those beams coming off it are creating the interference we've been experiencing. We'd have to take them out to contact Infinity.
Can you get us there?
Opening a gate to the first beam pylon. Pull me, and let's go.
Alright, so now we're opening gateways to the pylons.
This is the first pylon?
Negative. This is as close as I could get us. Hope you don't mind hoofing it a little.
Thanks, Cortana. Next time they have to put me into a...
Contact!
Ooh. Again, my computer responds because it thinks I'm talking to it. Stop that! I'm sorry, it's your name. Yes, I have Windows 10. I do like it, but
And they're back!
sometimes it's just stupid.
Coming down the walls!
Not too worried about them. Bye, guys.
Those weren't the same things we saw in the...
As you can see,
Similar
they're like
cortical
little
footprints
poochies.
to the tower AIs. They're connected, all right. Look out!
Ooh, you're ugly.
Well, he's just a ray of sunshine, isn't he? From that peek under the hood, I'd say these constructs must be mimetic in nature.
More of them.
Similar phasing activity at the edge of our sensors. We're about to get busy.
Alright, let's activate the auto turret. So basically what this module I attached was Forerunner technology, where I can just summon an auto turret at will if I want to. Yep, goodbye. So, just to give you an idea, the balancing is now different in this game.
I've discovered something interesting about our new friends. When the big ones explode, that momentary flash we're seeing is actually a data purge.
Can you tap into it?
So far, I've pulled multiple strings referring to the big ones as Promethean Knights. Beyond that, though, things get a bit dense.
So, anyway. Where was I talking about? Okay, so there's a power balance between the weapons. So, human weaponry works really, really well on the Prometheans. Promethean weaponry works really, really well on the Covenant. Covenant weaponry works really, really well on me. So that's sort of the balance. But as you can imagine, human weaponry is not the easiest to come by on an alien planet. So yeah, it gets a little bit tricky. However, if you have Promethean weaponry, it sort of balances out pretty well with the other two, so you can always go to that as a backup because it's everywhere. Also, let's introduce a new grenade, shall we? So that is an implosion grenade. It is Promethean tech, and it is not useful for blowing things up. I'm just going to tell you that. Anything that's in that sphere, it will damage, but seeing as enemies move around, imploding is not the best in regard to killing an enemy. So we barely ever use them. Oh, shoot, he saw me. See if I can distract him with my auto turret here. What I'd like to do is get an assassination. If I can. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, though. So again, you can see the knight was a little bit distracted. I was trying to go for an assassination, didn't work out. But that's useful for getting assassinations on Promethean knights, if you have to do so. Oh, I had him there. Gotcha. Again, different assassination animations for different enemies too. So flying enemies are really, really difficult to get an assassination on. But it is possible.
The relay interference is increasing. We must be getting close to the pylon.
So the way the light rifle works is it's basically a battle rifle slash single shot weapon for the Prometheans. So it's kind of a combination of two weapons in one, depending on if you're scoped in or not. So right now it acts like a battle rifle, but if I scope in, they do single shots, but they do the damage of those 3 bullets as one. But only while you're scoped in. And the battle rifle effect only activates here when you're not scoped in. Oh wow, they're messing me up. Okay. Get back up here a little bit. Reload a little bit. Gotcha. That used to be an achievement where you assassinated a Promethean knight It's not easy, because Promethean Knights really know who their target is.
That's me. Something about moving through those portals is increasing the load on my systems.
Are you gonna be all right?
Don't worry. I've held off rampancy this long, haven't I?
Okay, so another terminal right here. So, just in case you wanted to know where that was, that's where it is. And the scatter shot, which I just picked up, is basically the longest range shotgun you will ever have in your life. But it does have devastating attack power up close. But it definitely loses a lot of power the farther away you shoot it. So you can shoot it a long distance, but it will lose or gain power just depending on the distance you are from something.
That's the target, but it looks like the entrance is shielded. Let's figure out how to take it down. One of the shield's power cores. Take it out. I read 2 more cores on our level. Hit them before you climb all the way up.
And again, for legendary mode, get rid of all the knights. If nothing else, get rid of all the knights. All of the ads are definitely devastating, but I'll get some different mechanics as we go along. So right now we're going to use this tunnel to regen. Let our turret take care of most of the little guys. Auto turret's probably one of the more useful attachments you can have because it can fire and take damage. There we go.
Great, that's all the cores. Head for the
And
top
it
of the
regens fairly quickly compared to all the other abilities. It still takes time, but it regens quicker than most of the other ones. And the other one that we will probably never use is something I will point out when I run across it. It's pretty terrible as a Promethean weapon goes, but it has its uses in certain areas. I'll go over that in just a second when we get there. Here's the first pylon.
Did he say forward unto dawn?
They must have intercepted our distress beacon.
The beacon was pulled into Requiem with us. If they try to follow it,
They'll get caught in the gravity well. I'll keep trying to warn them. You just get that beam down. That's the beam control.
Alright, one of the cooler animations. I do love this animation, it's pretty good.
It's working. The signal from the relay is starting to clear up.
they haven't hit the gravity well yet.
There's still too much interference to warn them. We've got to disable that other beam before they're pulled in like we were.
Is this another auto turret sitting there? Oh, it just brought me back to the main room. That's why. Pardon me. Oh boy.
I was wondering why Infinity hadn't encountered the Covenant yet.
What are they doing here?
They're heading to the second pylon as well.
That can't be a coincidence.
Well, the Covenant jumped into the middle with the core.
Sounds like the Prometheans don't want the Covenant here either. The BattleNet's already lighting up with reports of resistance all around the pylon.
Okay, so the Covenant and the Prometheans are fighting each other. I'm actually okay with that. So as you can see, this is a suppressor. It's basically the equivalent of the what is now the Storm Rifle, which is what used to be the Plasma Rifle, and the Assault Rifle. So it fires a lot of rounds, but it's not really useful. And because of its low clip, like it has an extremely low clip, and its basic powerlessness against most enemies, I just don't use it. It's not very good. If you have to, in a moment of desperation, pick it up, but, I mean, even a plasma pistol's better than that.
Drop pod.
So now the drop pods are here. It's full of Covenants. They're fighting all of the Prometheans, so we're just going to let them do that. Oh shoot, I fell down. I don't want to do that. So I use this route in Legendary mode. I don't know if there's a better route. There probably is, but I just don't know it. So, obviously you want to get through this section while the Covenant and the Prometheans are fighting each other. And these little circular dudes that you see flying around, they have multiple uses. They can regenerate dead Promethean enemies. They can construct new enemies. And they're basically just all around assholes because they can also fire weapons as well. So if you see those ringlets flying around, make them a priority target. Because if they're flying around, they're up to no good. And if they're up to no good, then they're no good to us. Yeah, and that's the scatter shot from up close. It just completely devastated that guy. Again, once you get this ghost, just ignore the enemies as best you can. Try to make it to this tunnel and ride through. The faster you are, the better.
The relay's signal is breaking up again. We're almost to the beat. They found the opening! We better get up to that relay and fast.
And again, they just sort of feed us ghosts in this section. So I'm okay with that. You can find some interesting weapons depending on which area you go down in these tunnels, but I'm not really worried about it. Nope. I actually wanted that ghost, or not that ghost, Banshee. But he flew off. Normally what you can do is just thrust her into him and take him out. But the problem comes because the Banshees don't take a lot of hits in Legendary mode. So usually what you want to do is completely ignore this Banshee on the cliff when you start off. Get rid of all of these terminals first. So that one's done.
Power core down.
You may have to do some creative fighting to regenerate your shields while you're on a ghost.
And we can access the pylon.
Because right there, you can get knocked off your own ghost by enemies, and a whole bunch of other shit can go down. Now, we try to avoid those sort of things, but I'm not always the best at what I do. Again, especially on easy mode, that was really embarrassing. So, get off of my ghost. Again, while we're on easy mode, the ghost will pretty much mow through anything, as long as they aren't in a vehicle. Once they start getting into a vehicle, it gets a little tougher.
Get up to that beam.
But as you can see, I'm getting shot quite a lot by vehicles. So, Legendary mode, that many shots would have killed me. But you can see what it's doing to my shield in easy mode, so it's not really doing enough damage here to make it worth it. The Banshee has the same problem, though, as the Ghost, because they both have about the same armor. Just a little bit less mobility on the Ghost part. Ah, shoot, I missed it. Alright, so you don't want to do that. So if you have the Banshee, what you'd like to do is land on that bridge. But, yeah, it'll save you some time from flying on that, or climbing the whole tower. But that's only if you land on the darn thing, and I have some trouble sometimes. So there, wedged it, I'm fine.
UNSC Infinity Survivor Forward to Dawn. Reading a faint IFF tag near the planetary core. Do you read?
The planet's core? They know we're here. Infinity, this is UNSC AI Cortana. Do not approach Forerunner planet. Repeat, do not approach...
UNSC Asset. Forward unto Dawn. We read you, but you're breaking up. Help. Increase speed by 0.7. Get us in there.
Negative, Infinity. Do not enter the planet.
If you can hear us, keep transmitting.
No! Chief, you've got to get that beam down now!
Doing it.
So as you can see on my butt there, that's where the extra module is for any of my abilities.
Cortana to Infinity. Do you copy? Come in, Infinity. The interference is gone, but your suit's transmitter's not strong enough.
Route us up to the relay satellite.
Already done. Go. Once we're on the satellite, there's bound to be a central control point.
The Covenant are moving towards the relay too.
This doesn't make any sense. Why would they care about a broadcast relay?
I'll handle them. You just find us that control node. How soon till Infinity hits the gravity well?
A minute or two max. The Covenant are making a push for something on the far side of the satellite.
Yeah, and this is another one of those sections where you sort of choose your direction. Get out of here. You're mine. Anyway, so you can choose which way you get to the relay from. You can go left or right. Again, I prefer left, so I go left. Some people prefer right. They go right. And again, when you're in legendary mode, just let the enemies fight themselves. If they kill each other off, so be it. But you do not have to help them along. The only unfortunate part is you have to wait for those bridges. And they're touch sensitive to your feet. So if you happen to jump off, you have to wait for that thing to come back down. And it's not fun. Get back. Again, activate my mod. Go ahead and let them shoot it. Get distracted by it. I'm okay with that. Pulled out a sword.
We need to hear this.
We're detecting a slight gravimetric disturbance near the planetary entrance. Suggest altering approach vector 43K-750K-12K.
They're not diverting from the opening. Hurry, Chief!
Come on, dash it.
Infinity, this is Sierra 117 of the UNSC forward unto dawn. Do you copy?
Infinity, this is Sierra 117.
Infinity, do you read?
Chief? Chief, let go of the contacts.
Find us an exit.
Don't wait around on my account.
So fades the great harvest of my betrayal. Even these beasts recognize what you were oblivious to, human. Your nobility has blinded you, as ever. The librarian left little to chance, didn't she?
turning my own guardians, my own world, against me. But what hubris to believe she could protect her pets from me forever. If you haven't mastered even these primitives, then man has not attained the matter. Your ascendance may yet be prevented. Time was your ally, human. But now it has abandoned you. The Forerunners have returned. This tomb is now yours.
Slip space rupture! Chief, move! Chief, please. We've got to go.
Oh boy.
That Didact, he manipulated Infinity's signal to get us to release him. Get up!
What's happening?
Moving the satellite destabilized the core. The Didact's leaving. We've got to find a portal out of here before the whole network collapses.
Alright.
Grab
Now we
one of those
flee for our
ghosts.
lives.
Hang on. I'm going to channel energy from your shields to overdrive the ghost.
So, basically what this means is I have 0 shield, but infinite boost.
Keep going!
And again, it's like this game knew me because it knows I love the ghost. This is where it gets a little difficult.
Broadcast from Infinity.
This is Infinity. We're encountering an unidentifiable gravimetric disturbance. We are being pulled inside a planetary forward. UNSC forward to Dawn. Jettisoning complete. All beacons at our last node.
Cortana, we need to get up there.
It's not like I can get out and push.
In Cortana, this is not the time to be a smartass. I will let you die with me right here. Not like I can push. But you do something useful then. Again, she's doing a little bit here, just not much. Like she's
Not going to last much longer.
Yes, thank you, Cortana. She's basically overcharging our ghost so he can use infinite boost. And that's useful to some degree, just not much. Oh boy!
Whoa, cowboy! Chief, there!
Mayday, Mayday. This is the captain of the UNSC Infinity. Unknown entity has seized control of our ship. We're without power. We're on a collision course with an unidentified Forerunner planet.
Track its descent.
Marking. Impact predicted 77.8 kilometers due north. You know where he's heading.
Same place we are.
Okay. So, for the most part, gonna end it a little early, as far as timing's concerned. It's pretty late comparatively, because normally I like to get 2 hours in, but I didn't really want to go through this mission today. So we'll focus on this another day, but let's watch this opening cutscene and we'll get through it.
Stay low. Recon sortie heading this way. The ship looks intact.
Something tells me that's only because the Didact wanted it that way.
This is Lasky to UNSC Infinity. We're up to our next bad guys down here. Does anyone read?
This is Sierra 117 of the UNSC Forward Under Dawn. We're on station, ready to assist.
Negative copy. Sounded like you said forward under dawn. Come again.
Signal's bouncing in and out. I can't clean it up.
Light up their friend or foe tags. We're gonna need something to zero in on.
I'm seeing numerous IFF tags. Painting the closest one on your HUD.
Alright, so we're going to leave it there. So now the next chapter is Infinity. And we have humans who just crash landed into the planet trying to find us. So, such a coincidence that they weren't there, like, I don't know, a few hours earlier. But, oh well. They got dragged into this anyway. So, thank you for watching. It's a save and quit time. Yep. Hopefully tomorrow I can finish this off. At least as far as the story's concerned. Again, if you want to see people who can do this, like, in the first try on Legendary, I'm not one of those people. I can do Legendary, but it takes a lot of work. So, looks like my signal might be lagging a little bit, but other than that, that's okay. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. No. But, we'll finish this off next time. Looks like we're on mission 5, Infinity, so yeah. That's out of 10, as you can see. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. If you want to see something different. And tomorrow is my birthday. So, yeah, that's cool. But we'll finish off Halo 4. So, again, when you see the video, obviously it'll be on YouTube. Otherwise, say hi in my chat if you want to stop by, because my Twitch is usually up on a daily basis now, at least for right now on my Xbox One. It's not always going to be the case, but while I have something to play, sure, I can do that. And since I can do it with my Xbox One, yeah, perfect. And if you want to join me in a campaign, I'm open to that, so, you know. Like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, say hi on Twitch. Add my gamer tag, we can do a co-op mission, or some multiplayer, or even Spartan Ops. So, whatever you want to do, just let me know.